MG, that's how we live. Okay, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Welcome, y'all. Welcome to another episode of 7 p.m. in Philly.
Pow, 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 pow. We back.
Yeah, we back, man. We back. We took a little break for the Thanksgiving. We gave y'all a little Thanksgiving episode. We just want to say, listen, we apologize. The audio was not great. You know what I'm saying? We learning, bro. We are learning, man. So next time we do one, and we're gonna do more like that. Shout out to Chef Brandon. Shout out to X, man. They was great. Philly Third Eye. Shout out to Zach. He's not here with us this week. But we're gonna get better with it, man. You couldn't hardly hear anything. We was going in and out.
Yeah,
it was weird. Yeah. It was bad, man. Yeah. But we'll take that. We'll take that on the chin, man. It's the growing part of it, man.
Definitely.
So a part of that is we're gonna leave that in 2025.
100%. We're going to leave that there.
We're going to leave that in 2025. So this episode here, man, we just want to talk about a little bit about a lot and a lot about a little. Nice. We want to talk about what we want to leave in 2025 and what we want to bring over to 2026, man. Dwuan has been so great to kind of come up with some stuff for us to discuss, and we just going to flow with it and let us know what you think, man. And if you haven't, I know a lot of y'all, man, I see it, y'all don't watch the full episode, but at this point right here, subscribe.
Yes.
Subscribe, like it, leave a comment, let us know what we can do better. You know what I'm saying? And watch it. Yes. Watch it. We need to get paid for this. Yes. You know what I'm saying? We try to get paid for this, bro. And we're almost there. So we need y'all just to watch it a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Yes. If y'all watching 10 minutes, watch 20. And to be honest with me, man, like, yo, listen, just leave it on.
Just listen to us while you doing chores or whatever.
Let me just leave it on. Leave it on while you taking a shower. Yeah. Leave it on while you using the bathroom. I don't give a damn what you do while you doing it, as long as we with you for the ride.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And also holler at us on social media, too. We're both very personable people on social media. So 7 p.m. on TikTok as well as on Instagram. I mean, comment. Like I said, for this episode, let us know what your New Year's resolution is.
Right.
Let us know things you want to work on, things you want to take into the new year. You know, like, talk to us. We cool. We cool peoples.
Oh, absolutely, man.
So, yeah,
chat it up with us. We'll definitely chat it up. We're definitely going to start doing more lives, getting on there. Because I feel like a lot of people bang with us when we do the lives, man.
That was fun.
They resonate with us in our conversations that we have off topic. And then they get to see how we really are, even though we are who we are on camera and off camera. But it's pretty cool. So tap in with us, man. We love it. We love it all, man. So but yeah, man, but like I was saying, man, so this episode is going to be about what we will be leaving in 2025
even
and what we bring in to 2026 with us. It ain't much, but
it's something.
What is something?
It gotta be something.
Yeah, it gotta be something. Nah. But first off on the list, man, I see here is being too accessible.
Yeah.
I mean, being too accessible, that is a big thing.
Sure.
That is a big thing. And you can start out on that. Like what does that pertain to you when it comes as far as being too accessible?
Yeah, I feel like for me personally, I feel like just my personal experience these past few years, realizing that the more you start understanding your worth and understanding where you want to go in life, you have to realize that when people feel like they have so much access to you, they tend to devalue you. And a lot of it too is subconscious. They're not even aware of it. But you know, I think that's what I'm realizing. It doesn't matter. You could be as valuable as possible. And a lot of times people like us, and I feel like the more you work on yourself, you are of great value. And they see that.
Absolutely.
But it's the access when everyone feels like they can call you, text you, blow you up, pull up to the house, stop at your job, or just disrupt what you got going on. Sometimes you just got to tell people, like, no, you don't have the luxury to just do that right now. You might be my day one, my man's, my girl, whoever, but you just don't have the right to just disrupt what I got going on right now.
Right.
So yeah, I think access is truly important. So for me, I'm gonna be a lot harder to reach.
For sure.
Not you know, my day ones, my peoples, we cool. But yeah, a lot of people want to think they can get in touch with Gandy, and it's not gonna be that easy anymore.
Absolutely. And I agree, and I think it's the same thing for me. It's definitely being too accessible. I feel like everybody I feel like we both have 24 hours in a day. what makes your 24 hours less important than mine? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Or what makes you think that I'm sitting around waiting for you to hit me? Or like, I mean, like certain people hit me up, bro, out of nowhere and be like, yo, I need you to do this. I'm like, yo, bro, don't you, what do you think? I'm just sitting here oh, you know what? Today I just took the time and I'm just waiting for your call.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
bro. Like
Yeah.
I got things to do. We all got things to do, man.
Yeah.
Like time is valuable. Time is the most precious thing that we have in this world, in this earth. And it's like, don't stop taking people's time for granted.
Yes.
And stop thinking that you could just pull up and just do whatever you want and people just gonna be like, oh, all right, cool, it's fine. Like I think a lot of people and a lot of people need to be checked.
Very much.
A lot of people need to be checked.
They're
bro.
going to be
Like,
after this.
You gotta be checked, bro. You just can't pull up to my crib or just hit my line and be like, oh, yo, I need this. And I get it. Like things happen. You know what I'm saying? Things happen is where it's like, yo, I need a favor. So like, I mean, the other day I had called my homie. I needed him. Shout out to Dane. I called Dane. I was like, yo, dog, I need help with XYZ. I was like, yo, I told him I need help with moving the TV because I got a new TV in here. And, you know, it was a last minute thing, whatever. And he was like, cool. But, and this is the thing. This is the big part about it. Had he had said no, I would have been fine.
Right.
The problem that I have is when people say no, people get tight.
Absolutely.
People get mad.
Absolutely.
You can't get mad, especially when it's a last minute thing.
Yes.
And there was no plans behind it.
Yes.
And then you get tight.
Yes.
That's not the way it works.
100%.
You got to understand people got other things going on.
Yes.
So I think that's a big thing about it. Like, yo, value people's time and understand, like, yo, they're not just here on your beck and call.
Well, that's why I think being less accessible to people, more so, not just from people in general, but I think from emotionally immature people. Because like you said, people who are emotionally immature, they will use up your time. They will use up your mama's time. They use up they waste their own time. So they, of course, they're not going to respect your time. You know what I'm saying? So more so being less accessible to people who are emotionally immature. When you're around people who are emotionally immature and just mature in general, they know not to waste your time. They understand that time is valuable. They understand that time is precious. They understand that, yo, if I'm asking somebody for something, I really appreciate this. I'm not going to just be like, oh, yo, can you do this for me? Oh, whatever. So, yeah, I think it's just really understanding that not everybody, when I say not everybody, people who are emotionally immature, they got to go.
Yeah. And then we got to be comfortable with saying no. I think that's because we like people
put that as the next one. Yes. Yes.
People, we have to be comfortable with saying no.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, and we can take accountability with that because I don't know about for you, but for me, I'm a people pleaser. I'm a people pleaser.
Yes.
I like to make people happy.
Yes.
That is my thing. It's like a superpower of mine.
Yes.
I like to make people happy.
Yes.
But sometimes by making people happy, I'm making myself unhappy and I'm putting stress on myself. So, and I'm sure a lot of us are guilty of that. Mm-hmm. So we have to realize, like, we have to come to some point and be like, yo, you know what? Mm-hmm. No.
Yes.
No. Completely. And then, you know, the funny part about it, right? And we love giving excuses when we say no. Like, hey, nah, I got to do X, Y, Z.
You got to explain yourself.
Yo, just say no.
Yeah.
And then when people, that's like my new thing now. It's like, no, why not? Because I don't feel like it.
100%. So it's funny that you just said that you're a people pleaser because I always say, people who know me on my social media, I always say I am a former people pleaser because I was raised in the church.
Right.
And in just growing up in black culture in a black household, you never really had your own sense of anything.
Right.
If you could be in the middle of wiping. If your mom and dad call you mid-wipe, you got to go see what they want.
Oh, nah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get
so, I think, again, and also I'm the oldest. So I'm the oldest grandchild. I'm the oldest child. So there was a lot of responsibility of being of service. So I think it was very natural for me to fall into that formation of servitude, a.k.a. people-pleasing, crossing that line into people-pleasing. So that was one of the things 2 years ago, that was a part of my New Year's resolution is no more people-pleasing. Yeah. So there's a difference of being of service to people. But people pleasing, that's just something I just don't do anymore. But being of service, again, people need me, people need me, I'm here. Yeah. You got that access, you got that privilege to me. But yeah, I always say, like, bro, I am a former people pleaser. That joint is exhausting.
It is. It's very exhausting.
It's exhausting.
And it'll burn me out, man. And and sometimes it's like you don't realize it until like the tail end of it and be like, damn, I'm doing a lot.
It cooks you, bro.
I'm doing a lot.
It cooks you, especially when it's with people who don't appreciate. Because I don't, me personally, I'm not for the people pleasing, but I will people please for the right people who will appreciate and will just appreciate. That's it.
Yeah.
You appreciate me taking time out of my day, the sacrifices I'm doing to be of service to you. I love that. That's cool, whatever. I could, but for the people who just expect me to get up and just be at their beck and call and then no thank you, no I appreciate that, no nothing. Yeah. That's where you get me.
I'm very big on appreciating people because I completely understand that, yo, you don't have to do this. You don't have to help me. You don't have to do anything. You know what I'm saying? But you took the time out of your day to help me for umpteen hours or umpteen days or whatever you're doing. And a simple thank you. That's a simple gesture. That's like, yo, dog, like, yo, dinner on me, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'll pay for this because it's just I know I ain't got to do it, but I understand you ain't got to do it either.
Talk.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, dog, it's at least do something. So, and I'm big on this, right? I'm big on valuing people's time and being thankful and reciprocating that because when the next time I need you to look at the phone and be like, oh, listen, Steve's calling. Oh,
right.
I'm going to help him, whatever, because you know what?
Right.
He bought me dinner.
Right.
He looked out. He was thankful. He valued my time.
Yes.
And you know what I'm saying? He actually appreciate that. And like, for me, I don't know. It's one thing when you do an act of a kind act or an act of service and someone really appreciate it and you feel it.
Sure.
It makes you want to do it more for them. It makes it like, you know what? I'll help you whenever.
Sure.
Even if you paid me last time, you know what? You ain't got to pay me this time because you know what? I appreciate you being like who you are and how you reciprocate that. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the beauty, I feel like, that comes with being with acts of service. It feels good knowing that you're being of service to people. But again, this is where it all narrows. I feel like you're going to hear me say this a lot. Again, when you're around healthy-minded, emotional people versus people who are emotionally unintelligent, you will notice a difference.
For sure.
So I'm telling you, you're going to hear me say that a lot, y'all. 7 p.m.ers, you're going to hear me say this a lot.
Nah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Sure. It's vital. Sure. It really is.
But yeah. But you mean to go along with that, you mean, like I said, man, you gotta be able to say no. No excuse. Because I feel like a lot of times we want to say no, but we don't know how to say no.
Yeah.
Or we don't know what excuse to put with the no.
Yes. Well, I just want to say this too before you jump to the next one. Understand too that no is extremely powerful.
Oh yeah.
No, the word no is extremely powerful. This is not a Christian podcast, but you know me, I grew up in church. But the Bible says, Jesus said, "Let your yes be your yes and your no be your no."
Right.
If you stand thorough on your decision making, you don't gotta swear to God. You don't gotta swear on your dead homies, your granny who died 6 years ago. You don't gotta swear on. You don't gotta do any of that. No. If you just are a thorough dude who be like, "Nah, I can't do that, bro," or "Yeah, I can make time for this," or "Let me see what I can do," but I'll definitely either try to do it. Or I'm going to tell you, hey, I most likely cannot do it. If you stand strong on that, let your yes be a yes, let your no be your no. But I've realized the more I've said no in my recent years, lack of people pleasing, it's just powerful to just be like, nah, bro, I'm cutting certain things off. No, and it feels so refreshing to be able to say that from a person who, it's going to sound stupid from people like us, but from a person who was a people pleaser who never ever used the word no, who always wanted to say no, and in my heart, my body, my nervous system is saying you don't want to do this. All right. But you feel always needing to be doing something to feel validated, whatever the case may be. It's empowering. So it is empowering for those that understand that and can resonate with that. Let us know in the chat if you can resonate with that. No is powerful.
Yeah, for sure. I'm big on no now. Like, dog. And I don't even say no. I just be like, nah, I'm good.
That is you.
Nah, I'm good. Yeah. Like somebody telling me to come do some fuck shit, I'll be like, nah, I'm good. Yeah. I'm not. Oh, why not? Because I'm good. Yeah. I'm just good. I don't want to be. I don't want to partake. I don't want to give you a reason because I don't have to give you a reason. Yeah. I'm good. That's it. I think we need to start using the no. Yeah. Or if you want to give it to them as not as harsh. No, I'm good.
Yeah. Completely agree.
That's it.
Signed, sealed, and delivered, baby.
That's it, man. Signed, sealed, and delivered. The next one we got, man, was carrying other people's burdens, man. Yeah. That is a tough one, man. But I'll let you start out with that. What's your take on that?
So I think that ties very close to being a people pleaser, but I think it also ties to being a fixer. To differentiate it, I'll say with being a fixer, feeling like you need to always fix people's circumstances or somehow be of service to people's circumstances and change and stuff like that. That's what it is to me, to feel like you always need to fix. I think in life we all have our own trials and tribulations that we have to go through. And if that's your man's or your friend or your girl or your relative or whoever that you want to assist, I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
However, it is not your job to pick up their burdens. They need to carry that.
Facts.
Because I think a lot of that is character building. We all have our own set of trials and tribulations set before us in this life before we leave this earth to see if we're a good person. Because we all know that kid. We all went to school with that kid who was extremely spoiled, never heard no.
Yeah.
Was given everything.
Yeah.
Never saw any sense of challenge in their life. And you saw the kind of person that they most likely turned out to be or what they're going to turn out to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think really learning to assist people if they really need it and if they ask. But it's not my job to carry your burdens on top of mine. You got to carry that. And I want to be around like-minded men and individuals and people who are strong enough to carry their own burdens, but also are strong enough to ask for help when it's needed.
Correct.
So when we down and out, if you see I'm struggling, I'm down and out, I might be too proud to be like, bro, I'm crying, I'm about to cry. I need you.
Right. But I also think that you know who your strong homies are, and you know if they come out and cry for help, you know, like I have to help this person because they don't normally. And I think that there's a difference because it's like I'll be more inclined to help you carry a burden had I known not every day there's a burden. There's something going on. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I'm more inclined to help you if I know, like, you know what? This man don't ever ask for nothing. Or this girl don't never ask me for nothing. She don't never cry about nothing. Or this person don't never cry about nothing.
Right.
They coming to me now?
Right.
Oh, something wrong.
Wait, so this made me think of somebody. We all got that person who always going through something.
Oh, my God.
Every time you call them, they got a tornado that hit their house. They got a flood. They got a crocodile in their living room. Their house is on fire. They burnt their hand on the stove. It's always something. And they be the main ones asking for help.
Yep.
Hey, Steve, it's Thursday again. Can it?
Yeah.
Again?
Yeah. Nah. We leaving your ass in 2025, bro. We leaving them in 2025, bro. I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's a prototype.
There are a few people that always like, yo, anytime you talk to them, it's a sob story, something going on. And I'm just like, yo, nigga, nothing good ever happened to you? Nah, it's just you. It's just you.
It's you.
And that's the thing, man. Sometimes it's just them. Because after a while, like, when you keep doing something and it don't work out your way, then you stop and you look in the mirror and be like, you know what?
Yep.
It's me.
Yep.
I'm the problem.
Yep.
I'm the problem.
And that takes maturity to do that.
Right.
It takes true maturity to realize and say, I need to clean my shit up.
Right. And I do think there are some people out there that will see and be like, nah, they're the problem. They're the problem. They're the reasoning why all these bad things are happening. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a relationship, whether it's a job, whether it's financial situations. Like, yo, dog, like, you're the problem. You always crying broke, but you on FanDuel. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my God, bro. Yes.
It's the real shit.
Yes.
You always crying broken, you on FanDuel. You hate your relationship. You know what I mean? Your man beat on you, but you keep going back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, your family ain't shit, but you always there for them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. So it's like, yo, dog, at some point, you gotta look at yourself and be like, yo, you the problem.
Yes.
You the problem because you could walk away.
And going back to it, we all have our set of trials and things that we need to overcome in this life.
Yeah.
You know, it breeds character. It builds character. The more, it's not that you want to go through BS in life, but the more you go through stuff and the more you overcome them, you naturally become a more fit individual for war. You have more, you have thicker skin. You have scars to represent what you've been through. You know, I don't want to be around people who ain't been through nothing.
Oh, nah.
I can't even, bro, listen, I had to let some friends go because I realized the more I got older, I'm like, bro, you ain't been through nothing.
Right.
The stuff, and again, I'm not minimizing, but I'm like, the stuff that you are crying about, the stuff that broke you or that you're saying is breaking you, that was a Tuesday for me.
Right. Facts.
And then when I share my dark stuff if I even share a minuscule of what I've been through of my darkest moments, they're like, oh my God, we got to talk about something lighter. This is too deep for me. Too deep, motherfucker. That was a Tuesday for me.
Right. Fact.
So I'm learning now that I'm like, well, I learned back then recently, like I can't really kick it around people who ain't been through nothing. I don't want people who've been through everything and allowed that darkness to overcome them.
Absolutely.
But I need to be around overcomers who have experienced some level of trauma and strife and challenge in life and learn to like, yo, I'm getting beat up. Or I've been beat up, but I also have gotten up, and I will continue to get up.
Right. No, I
carry your shit, bro. Carry your load.
Yeah, I completely agree, and I feel like that as someone that's been through a lot of shit, and the folks that know me, they know all the shit that I've been through. To where it's like I'm here today, and like the fact that I've made it to where I'm at today, like it's like I feel like I got superpowers, and like so when I see people that like are crying about stuff or like just complaining about stuff that ain't even that deep.
Take it there.
That ain't even that deep. And I'm just kind of like, yo, it ain't that deep, bro. Like, what do you, but then you have to pull yourself back.
You go, you take it there, go.
You got to pull yourself back because you feel yourself getting angry.
Yes.
And then I'm just like, yo, I'm getting angry at this motherfucker because he crying about this.
This is a timestamp right here. This is a timestamp right here, bro.
Like, I'm getting mad because this motherfucker getting angry. Like, he crying about this. But
bro,
it ain't that deep.
And then they look at you like, oh, you're too tough.
You're too tough. Or you're insensitive.
You're insensitive. It's like, bro, the world has completely pummeled me to the ground. And I'm watching you cry and get, bro, you take it there, go.
And as a person that's been through a lot of stuff, bro, it's hard for you to sympathize or even empathize with people that haven't been through nothing because you understand that you've been through worse, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, bro, like it's I don't know. It's just tough for me, man. But the part that bothers me is when you can't empathize and sympathize with them, then they try to make you like the bad person. They make you look like, oh yeah, you're so tough or you're so strong. But I had to be that.
Wow.
I didn't have a choice.
We didn't have it. I'm about to get up. Yo, I'm about to get up.
I didn't have a choice.
And this is so specific. The reason why like it's getting me excited here is because I'm sure Steve knows this. There's very few people that can sympathize with people like us. And we're assuming that you guys are part of the gang, so you understand if this resonates. You're gonna live most of your life feeling like nobody can really truly sympathize with what you feel, yet you're always feeling forced to feel what I gotta feel for you. I gotta put my heart out for you. I gotta have sympathy for you. When is somebody and again, it's not seeking validation, but when is somebody gonna hear my cries? But this is what it comes down to. You wanna know what it is? Here it is right here. We don't look like what we've been through.
No.
We don't as much as you've been through, and I'm sure it's been a lot.
Ding, ding,
that's the resilience. That's the beauty. And that to me, that's the blessing and the curse of being resilient. People truly don't understand what you've been through. They've seen what you've been through. Yeah. And all they can say is, bro, man, I'm bad. I'm sorry. Oh, man, I'm sorry that you're going through this. But you know what? Steve got it. You know Steve going to find a way.
Yeah, for sure.
So this is why they'll baby somebody else who's going through, they scraped their knee. And you got your leg taken off. And yet they're like, oh, Steve will be all right. He'll grow another one. Yeah. He'll grow another leg. He'll be all right. He'll come back. He'll bounce back better than ever. Right. You don't look like what you've been through. Yeah. And I think that's the most painful feeling growing up, not realizing it's okay now because we get it now. Right. But growing up, it was very frustrating because I'm like, bro, I'm dying right now. I'm cooked right now. My life is threatened right now. And all I can get is, oh, I'll pray for you. Oh, you'll be all right. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm glad you, thank you. Thank you for specifying on that. That's real.
And like, my thing is just kind of like.
That's real.
We like, and I'm not saying not to be harsh or just like, you know, oh, I've been through where it's like, I'm not saying to be that person because we know people like that because it's like they just gonna brush it off like, yo, brush it off, homie. Like, I've been through that. I'm not saying that.
Right.
Because I'm big on like, yo, feel what you feel. Tough. Give yourself time to feel things. And I think that's the problem with us. We don't give ourselves time to feel what we're going through. We're just looking for that fix. We just automatically sit your ass down and feel it.
Process it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Pause. You mean give yourself time to really like to sit in that shit, man, and just understand like, yo, this is a moment. This is happening right now, but this is not going to be tomorrow. This is not going to be the day after. And I feel like that's the part that frustrates me when people are going through shit because it's automatically like as soon as you go through something, it could be minuscule, as small as ever. it's the end of the world. Did you give yourself time to process it? Did you give yourself just time to feel it, to understand like, all right, you know what? This is happening today. Tomorrow's a new day. Let's move on. Or tomorrow's a new day. Let's try to be better. Or tomorrow's a new day. Let's try to figure out another way. I think, especially with today's society, we just look for the instant fix.
Absolutely.
And when we can't find that shit, woo!
I think we're also in a season, in an era too, where like just seems like, granted, everything is going wrong and it feels like it, but at the end of the day, you got to have control of your own ship.
For sure.
In the midst of the storm, yes, there's chaos. Yes, things are going to come and arise in front of you, and it's gonna look scary and really dark. But at the end of the day, you control your peace and what's in front of you, which is, like I said before, we were talking off camera, your home. And for me, your home, your car has to be the most sacred space. It's the most holiest thing besides a church to me, where the world can beat you up and there's nothing you could really kind of do about it. But when you get in your car, when you get in your house, you get in your closet, your prayer closet, whatever the case may be, you take that last deep breath and it's over. Your home should be the most safest place for you to go to.
I completely agree.
I feel bad, and I personally grew up, I don't know how you did, but I grew up where my house was often the furthest thing that was peaceful for me.
Yeah.
So I looked for other places around me. My car ended up being that space for me, where not only did I stay out of there for a few days, but it was just a place that I knew that I can just decompress. I could talk to God. I could yell, scream, cry, everything. Yeah. So you got it. But the world's constantly going to be I feel like the world's always looking for something to cry about. Yeah. Get it together. Yeah. So again, we don't want to come off tough, but at some point, you got to shake it off, champ.
You got to shake it off. You got to understand that, listen, like, in all reality, like, the day's going to keep on moving. Things are going to keep on moving. You got to have to find another way. And it's like, control what you can control.
And embrace what you can't.
And then for me, it's like, and then the rest, you got to leave it to God.
Embrace what you can't. Just be like, hey, throw it up.
Hey, I this is in my control. I can control this.
Right.
Anything else I can't control, it's not meant for me to control.
I love this, bro. I'm so glad we do this.
You know what I'm saying?
So
like, it's the truth, though. Control what you can control.
Yeah.
And what's not in your control is not meant for you to control.
That's it.
Point blank, period. Leave it to God, or whomever you pray to, whoever you look up to, the universe or whatever it is, leave it up to them, because it's already been written.
That's it.
It's already been written. So there's no reason. And I think that's what makes us understand, or makes us, I guess, tough, if the word you want to look at, the word you want to use, because we understand that. And once you understand that, like, everything is not in your control, I think it makes you a better person. I think it makes you to be able to get over things quicker or easier. It makes you be able to deal with things.
Adapt.
You know what I mean? And adapt.
Life is all about ebb and flow. Life is not stationary. Life is constantly moving within you and around you. Yeah. Keep it moving.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
I completely agree, man. Completely agree. But all right, we'll leave that one there.
Yeah.
The next one,
that was a hot plate.
Yeah. The next one is emotional clutter. I'll
let you take this one.
Emotional clutter. I mean, I don't really know what that really like.
If you want, I could break it down if you want that.
Yeah, break that one down for me, because this one's yours.
So for me, I put so for emotional clutter, I have guilt, shame, and old expectations. And with that, I carry a lot of expectations from my family, childhood roles, and even past versions of myself. So what I was feeling when I wrote that down is, in my life, I feel like, and again, I don't believe in a sob story, but you're going to know more about my story the more I share. But I feel like there's a lot of parts in my life where a lot of roles have been given to me that I didn't ask for, right? And with that, you end up having these expectations that you think are yours, but they're actually the expectations of other people, but you don't know that when you're too young. So in my life, growing up in adolescent, I thought I wanted to be this. I thought I wanted to be a pastor. I thought I wanted to take all these different routes because I come from a line of pastors or preachers, or feeling the guilt and shame because I didn't meet that expectation at some point, or whatever the case may be. Or even in sports, if everyone's tall in your family and you're like the shortest one, you're like, oh, I gotta dunk, or I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Now you're feeling guilt and shame because you never met those expectations. Right. So emotional clutter, I feel like also too, being a black man, I think a lot of the times the only emotions that we're allowed to feel, especially through hip hop, if you listen to the music, rage and lust. we're not really meant or given other options to feel really any other expressed forms of expressions through emotions.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say that emotional clutter.
Yeah, for me, emotional clutter, like based off what you were saying, definitely growing up. I mean, living in a Haitian household, you can't share your emotions. And anyone who grew up in a Haitian household, they understand that. They understand that you can't, or even a West Indian household, you can't, there's no place to safely release your emotions. And especially as a child growing up, and like, I had this conversation with my brother the other day, like, we weren't able to cry unless we were getting our ass beat. We weren't able to say, "Hey, I feel something wrong," or like I'm sad, or anything like that.
You couldn't even use the word depressed.
Oh,
go depress them dishes,
please. And then I spoke with my son on like going to therapy and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like, and I said to him, I said, "Yo, you're very fortunate to have a dad that understands like therapy is a good thing. Having a space where you're able to release your emotions or what you're feeling or what's going on up here, and no one's judging you for it." I think, as I said, you're very lucky to have that, because growing up, I didn't have that. I couldn't, like, God bless my friends, and they know who they are. We were able to do that amongst each other. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was, calling each other, crying on the phone, like, "Yo, bro, like, this is what's happening."
That was therapy.
Yeah, that was therapy.
That
like,
was
yo,
your form of therapy. Yes.
And like, and I vividly remember this because I had this conversation with my homie. We was in the car in New York, and then I asked him, because I think we were like 13, 14. And he called me the one night, and he was just crying. And I didn't ask him anything. I just listened. And he was just like, "Yo, they don't get it. They don't understand. They don't know what's going on." And blah, 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 blah. But I didn't ask him why. I never asked him why. And I'm 14 years old. And the other day, or a couple of weeks ago, I asked him. We were in the car, and I'm 39 years old. I sat down. I was like, "Yo, man, do you remember that one night when you called me and you was crying on the phone, and you were just," and I never asked you what happened. All them years. What happened? And he explained it to me, and he was like, "Hey, my family, they were going through something. My mom and my sister, they were just at each other's throat, and they just didn't understand what was going on. And I'm a child. I can't process it. All I just see is rage in the house, and just people just being nasty to each other. And I just needed a safe space to talk to someone, and I didn't have anybody to talk to where they wouldn't judge me. So I called you."
You were his safe space.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
at 14 too.
And I didn't know that I was that, though. You don't know that you can be someone's safe space until it actually happens sometimes.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And like that shit really touched me, bro. That shit really, like, damn, like,
yeah.
I did that. Like, cause sometimes, like, when you look at the universe and you look at the world, like, what if I didn't answer the phone? What if I wasn't there? What if he didn't have a safe space? That's what leads to other things. So for me, I look at that and I'm just like, damn.
Yeah.
That shit was great.
Wow. It's powerful.
Like I saved my homie. Like, I gave him that safe space. And that shit makes me feel good as a friend, as a person. Yeah. But to get back to like my things, is kind of like expectation. Going to like school, and I had a conversation with G about this the other day, and I was just like, "Yo, that's an emotional clutter, because our parents want things for us that we didn't want for ourselves." And I'm learning that as a parent now. There's things that I want for my son, but he doesn't want for himself. So I said, "Yo, listen, I can't make you," because I want him to play basketball, but he wants to do wrestling.
Right.
If wrestling is what you want to do, kid, do it. Right. I fully support it. I'm because my goals in life can't be yours.
Sure.
And my window has passed. And I feel like a lot of parents, once their window is passed, it's like, you know what? now this is my next window.
And a lot of parents weren't even able to fulfill their dreams, which is why they push onto their kids.
Yes.
They weren't able to fulfill. Their life was used doing other things, growing up fast. So they push that subconsciously or even consciously onto their children.
Right. So for me, it was just like, it was the emotional clutter, because it's kind of like my parents pushed on, hey, if you don't go to college, you're a failure. Hey, if you don't become this, or as Haitians would say, a lawyer, a doctor, or engineer. If you're not an engineer, lawyer, doctor, you're a failure, bro.
Yeah.
You are a failure. And everybody who's in a West Indian household, especially a Haitian household, they know that is the creme de la creme. So then you walking around, because that's something you hold in your heart.
It's build up.
Building, because it's kind of like,
That's
yo,
the clutter part.
I'm a failure. I have not met those expectations of my parents. But for me, now that I'm older, I realize I did myself a favor. I did myself a favor, because what a lot of people fail to realize is that these kids that were able to become a lawyer, a doctor, an engineer, had to have money to pay for these schools.
Lots of it.
Lots of it. My parents didn't come from money. So what would have happened to that debt? That debt would have came to me. And I would have still been paying this to this day. But maybe it was the laziness in me, or maybe it was the smartness in me. I don't know. Either or whatever. Said, nah, nigga, we ain't doing this.
Or just self-determined. You
know what I'm saying?
You just want to take your way.
Right.
You just want to take your route.
Right. So, but I do know a lot of people, to close this out, I do know a lot of people that deal with that emotional clutter, whether it's from a relationship, whether it's from family, whether it's from a job or whatever. Like, I do feel like people need to be able to remove that emotional clutter, whether it's something that happened in the past or something that's currently happening.
Sure.
They have to be able to release that, because it's real. It's a real thing.
Yeah, I would say we all have emotions regardless. And it's up to you to compartmentalize and place in order where the emotions need to be. Because again, what you suppress is going to become build up. So that's where the emotional clutter comes. I wanted to specify that. That's where the emotional clutter comes from. It's the build up of lack of expressing all of your emotions. Yes, you're supposed to be angry because you have an angry emotion. You're not supposed to let it control you, but express it. But again, a lot of us growing up, we wasn't able to express that. The moment we huff and puff, the moment we showed any bit of disagreement, we get popped upside the head or worse. So again, growing up from my point of view, learning to be able to express and understand and explore all emotions. That's what I would say. Declutter. So express and explore all your emotions properly, and never let your emotions control you. You are always in control of your emotions. That's what I've learned.
Absolutely, man.
Definitely.
And speaking of declutter, man, and like removing yourself from removing things from yourself. There's the people who only understand the old version of you.
Yes.
Because you have removed, you've decluttered and removed that part of you.
Yes.
I'll start on this one, man. Like,
take it there. Take it there.
There is an old version of me. I don't like the old version of me. That's why it's the old version of me. The new version of me is the soft version of me. I had to learn to be a softer version of myself. I had to learn to be a more patient version of myself. I had to learn to be a more loving version of myself, because I didn't have those tools or understand what that was. Certain people, once you get to a certain place in life, you no longer, A, want to be around certain people. B, you no longer want to do the certain things that you used to do. C, you don't want to move the same way. You don't move the same way. Like, you start to realize, like, okay, well, this is not for me. And this is not the people that I like. And certain people don't understand that. And they think that the main thing they think, Steve think he's better than me.
That's the first
thing. Oh, you think you better than us because you no longer come around anymore, or you no longer want to do the things that we do anymore, or you no longer
partake in certain conversations that you just don't talk about anymore.
Right.
It's like, I don't want to talk about that anymore.
Right.
We talked about that since we were 12. We want to keep talking about it and bringing it up.
Right.
Exactly.
And I think, that's the old version of you. And there's nothing wrong with that, bro. There's nothing wrong with that. I think you should accept that. Okay, you know what? I accept that old version of me. That's what made the new version of me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I can look back and be like, woo.
Yeah.
Man, that person was an asshole.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm happy I can say that because I know the new person that I am today, it's not that.
And you put in the work to not be what you once were.
Correct.
Yeah. Of evolution to
Correct.
evolve.
Correct.
Yeah. So the bullet points that I have is friends who get uncomfortable when you evolve, family who still talk and see you as a child.
Oh.
We want to talk about that. And then people who remember you more than they actually see you.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I think there's people who oftentimes refuse to see you. They refuse to see your involvement. They refuse to see Steve has changed for the better. So you know what they're going to do? They're going to bring back that old Steve by talking about certain topics that you may not even conversations you don't partake in anymore, or something that you may have removed yourself from because that's no longer who you are. They'll try to bring that back up. Right. And try to make it in a playful way, and you're like, brother, I don't talk about that no more. I don't get into like that. I don't partake in certain things like that anymore. Oh, come on, man. But yeah, back in the day, oh man, what? Right. But I said I don't do that anymore. So why are you still bringing that up? I know that I felt like the more I started evolving and wanting to evolve, a lot of family has like that. I think that's what hurt me the most is when family were like that. Right. I've experienced that more so with family than my own friends. Family who just could not seem to see me for who I am and who I want to be. Right. And I look like my father. I sound like a lot like him. And we have very similar mannerisms. And if anyone knows, everyone always, I used to hate, and I used to say it all the time, I hate when people say, boy, you look like your dad. You sound like your dad. You walk like your dad. You laugh like your dad. You joke like your dad. You run like your dad. Everything was like my dad. So when I would go to these family functions, I always said, and I told my mom one time, I'm sitting there at the bench at a cookout, and my mom was like, what's wrong? I was like, none of these niggas know me. Right. She was like, what do you mean? These are your family. I said, Mom, none of them, every last one of these people, all they could say was, you look like your dad. I was talking to one of my great uncles before he passed, and it broke my heart because we're having a conversation, and he's one of those relatives that's very just different. Yeah. His topics, his conversations, he's just out there, but he's very intelligent and very smart. And so I'm talking to him because I want him to see that I know what I'm talking about, because other than what people around and influence. And his eyes are getting big, and he's starting to look mesmerized, like he's into what I'm saying, and I'm chopping it up, and I'm just dropping gems. And at the end, he goes, boy, you sound just like your dad. And my face just literally went like, so again, you never even heard me. Yeah. I felt like nobody has ever heard me. All you saw was, oh, your dad. And it was just easy for people to just say that. They didn't know how to invest or emotionally invest into who I was as an individual. Yeah. It was just simple. It was easy right off. Oh, you're just like your dad. So family really did that for me. Yeah,
but I do feel like that's an old school thing. I think it's an old head thing. I think it's the older folk, they like to like, what's the word I'm looking for? I feel like they like to be able to compare you to something, or they, you know what I mean? Even though they don't even know you, be like, oh, that's your dad right there. Like, motherfucker don't even look like him. Like, he ain't like, I don't look like that. But they just, I think that's a thing.
I agree. I feel like I agree, but I slightly disagree as well. I do think it is. I do think it's more common in older relatives and old folk. But again, I don't want to say all old people, at least people around me, have shown less maturity enough to be able to do that. Because again, all it takes is to see that individual. For sure. If you can't do that, then that shows where your shortcoming is. Yeah. If you can't see the difference of who I am as an individual compared to always placing me in my father's shadow and living in my father's shadow, then unfortunately that's where your shortcoming is, not mine. But so I do think it's an old person thing, but I also think it's an intellectual thing. You can't do that. That's something you can't do.
Right. But I think, also people have to take the time to see who you are and what you've become. And they have to, and a lot of people don't take the time to be like, you know what, let me learn about this person. Let me see what's on his mind, or how he is, or how he speaks, or how he acts, or whatever. And then once you really get to know the person, then it's like, oh, nah, he's nothing like his dad. Right. Or no, he don't act like
or he's just his own person.
Or he's just him.
He's him.
It's okay.
He may have all these similar traits, but he's still he is. Yeah, you know? for sure. Yeah. I think that's really hard. Once you begin to evolve, I let that go a minute ago, but that's something that's definitely going back and it's staying in 2025. Yeah. If you can't see the new me, and if you can't appreciate the new evolution that I'm stepping into each and every day, because I like to evolve, and I would like my people to evolve on their level, not on mine. on theirs.
Right.
If you can't do that and you're showing you struggling and you just like to stay stagnant or fall behind, there's gonna be an issue in that.
Now I know like the family members who still treat you like you're a child. I don't like it. My brothers do that shit to me, and I don't like it, bro.
Are you the oldest?
I'm the youngest. I'm the baby, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
It pisses me off because I'm just like, yo, bro, I'm about to be 40.
Yeah.
Like I know I'm the little brother, but y'all don't take care of me. Y'all don't pay my bills. Y'all don't do any of that. So it's like, so when y'all start treating me like a child, I'm like, yo, nigga, nah.
Like I'm a whole 40 right now.
Yeah,
What are you doing?
I'm a grown ass man.
Yes,
I got my own crib. I got my own stuff.
But again, that comes from people not seeing you who you are, because yes, you will always be their little bro, no matter how old you are.
I get that.
But again, at some point, Steve's his own man. And yes, I can still treat him like a little bro, but at some point, I have to also understand that he's a man.
Right.
He has his own family. He got his own thing going on.
Right.
I still got to give him that.
Right.
So again, I think it's the evolution of that. And some people just can't mentally evolve to see people also evolve.
Yeah. Because for me, it makes me feel like you're trying to belittle me.
And put you in a box.
Put me in a box, or like minimalize my accomplishments or the things that I've done, or how I like. Because it's like, yo, dog, I'm not a baby, bro. Like you ain't got to do this for me, or you ain't got to talk to me like this. Like you're being like, yo, dog, I'm a grown ass man. Yes, I'm your little brother.
Yes,
I get that.
I will always be.
I will always be your little brother. But right now, we talking as men. That's it. That's it. Fuck the little brother shit. We're talking as men, bro.
That's exactly it.
That's it.
Yeah.
You
And
know
again,
what I'm
I
saying?
think mature people could do that.
Right.
Like, getting back to straight down the line, mature people can do that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, people who struggle in that area can't seem to do that. They can't seem to break that apart.
Yeah.
They will, that's little Steve, that's little man.
Yeah.
It's like, no, bro.
Nah. Like, people be like, oh, yo, that's little Bobby. I'm like, fam.
Little Bobby been through 8 identity crisis.
I'm like, nigga.
16 foreclosures. Like, 8, little Bobby been through so much, he ain't even little Bobby no more.
Like, I'm like, yo, bro, like, little Bobby. I'm like, I know. Do I look like Bobby to you? Like, fam, I'm a grown ass man. The hell? Like, it's different when I was 13, 14, and niggas was like, yo, you little Bobby. Like, all right, cool, I get it. Dog, I'm a grown ass man. Like, my name's Steve, bro.
But that's a form of people hold you back, though.
Right.
Realistically, just straightforward. I know it hurts because it's the family topic. So, like, but realistically, if your family or friends truly wished you the best for your to grow and seeing that you're evolving into something bigger and special, they're going to champion that.
Right.
They're going to feel happy about that.
For
and
sure,
they're gonna
for
praise
sure,
you
for
that.
sure, for sure.
Anyone that's going to want to hold you back, family, friend, cousin, whoever that is, you got to look at it for what it is. That hurts and it sucks, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
People who want to see you grow are going to champion you.
For sure.
Simple. They're going to cheer for you.
Absolutely. 100%, man. 100%. All right, what we got? What we got next? What's the next one?
The prove myself mindset.
Oh.
Take it away.
Man, I hate, and you can tell me if I'm tackling this wrong, but I hate where you just you reach a certain age, you reach a certain stature. I don't have to prove myself to you.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly don't have to prove myself to anybody. I have to prove myself to myself.
That's exactly it.
I have to prove myself to myself.
Yes.
We have to stop wanting and trying to prove ourselves to other people.
Yes.
Because deep down inside, majority of people don't care.
Yes.
They don't care. It's like, oh, I'm just trying to prove myself. But are you happy with yourself? Because sometimes we try to prove ourselves for other people, and like we're not even happy with it.
Most of the time you're not. When you're in that mindset of feeling like you always have to prove yourself, you're not happy. No. Because it's not a free-flowing feeling. Because you feel like you always have to live by other people's standards, expectations, levels, lines, whatever the case may be. Yes. You ever seen the movie Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins?
Yes.
So I think that movie's back in 04, early 2000s, classic film. Martin Lawrence.
Yes.
Moesha, not Moesha.
Is it Chris Rock in there too, I think?
Oh, hold on, it's gonna mess me up. It's a bunch of successful black people. What's her name? Funny black lady. From Baltimore.
Ooh,
Is it Monica? Any event, we'll cut this out. But the point is, Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins, classic film, Martin Lawrence, and the one who played the Lion King, the dad. He was the dad. But there was a scene, the whole movie, the whole premise, Roscoe Jenkins, Martin Lawrence character was a successful family member. He did his thing. He came to the family cookout, and just like everything we talked about, he fit pretty much everything that was in here. He lived by other people's expectations, trying to find himself his own image. He was trying to, please his dad, but then he was also in competition with his brother or older relative. And at the end of the film, oh my God, bro, I resonated with this movie so much back then and even now. But the end, when they were doing a race, the brothers were doing a race, and I think he failed or lost, but the dad pretty much shunned him in front of the whole family.
Yes.
And he was like, what about me, daddy? What about me? Don't you see me for who I am? Don't you see all the success that I did? Like, he poured his heart out, and his dad still didn't see it. And I think that right there is the epitome of the prove myself. You do everything you can. You go the extra mile. You're doing everything you can to please and appease people. And in the end, it will never make them happy. And in the end, you will never be happy.
Right.
So I think that right there is the clearest visual for me of what that is, bro. It's painful, man.
Absolutely, yeah. And then I've gone through that phase where it's like, damn, I just want to make other people happy. I just want to make you, and it's one thing when you're like, you know what people say, I just want to make you proud. That's one thing, but then you ain't gotta, regardless whether you achieved the goal that you were after or you didn't, I still be proud of you. I still like, listen, you ain't got to prove it to me, dog.
Right.
Because I still see you for who you are.
Right.
I'm still happy for you. I still want you to win, regardless whether you lost.
Love you regardless.
I love you regardless. So at the end of the day, like, if people really have your back and really fuck with you, you ain't got to prove nothing.
Sure.
You ain't got to prove nothing. Just be yourself, who you are, do what you do. And long as you prove to yourself that you're able to do it, or that it sits well with you in your heart and your soul, you ain't got to prove shit to nobody.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it. Always say to yourself and to the Most High.
Yeah. And other than that, we're going to leave that right there.
Right there.
What else we got?
So this is my last one personally. Yeah. You can jump in if you want. I don't know how you feel about this, but one of the biggest things that I'm definitely leaving behind this year, it is the fear-based narrative behind religion, death, afterlife, and not feeling worthy. Now, again, this is just my personal experience. Again, growing up in a and I'll be brief too, but growing up in a hyper religious environment that was also very hostile. It wasn't peaceful. It wasn't glorious. It wasn't what maybe other church kids grew up having. It was extremely hostile. So being told at a very young age and being told collectively, but also individually, that if you don't do right, you're going to die and go to hell. Yeah. So I ain't gonna say their name, but one of the relatives one time, I was very young, was like, if you don't get it together, and I was under 10, if you don't get it together, the rapture's gonna happen, and God's gonna take up every family member that you know, and God gonna leave you down here with all the demons and what's gonna happen in the after. And I'm just like, so I used to have this ungodly, deathly fear of not only death at under 10 years old, but demons, spiritual activity, because I'm watching people speak in tongues, and at that age you don't know what's going on, so people are literally snotting and crying, and it looks scary to the person who isn't used to seeing that. So when visitors come, they're like, "What is going on? What is this?" Right? So there's a lot of like fear definitely behind just death, afterlife. Where do we go from here? I should not be under 10 years old worrying about where am I going, because I backtalk my mommy, or because I roll my eyes. If I used to think this, when I die, am I sorry, Jesus, I don't want to die and go to hell. I'm 8 years old crying to God during my prayers like that. Like, I just feel like there's a peaceful way of going about with faith and religion, and then there's a very over-the-top way that's very dogmatic. And unfortunately, my eyes have been open a lot longer than the average person who sits up in church, which is why I think a lot of people can sit up in church. I can't, because I've witnessed so much. And like I said, y'all will definitely hear more of my story. I got a plethora of books, a series of books coming out behind this, because it's real. But growing up in a hostile religious environment really opened my eyes a lot past the physical. Like I said, being very aware of death, afterlife, and just, again, not really feeling worthy, because every time you didn't do anything right, or anytime you disobeyed, and as kids, you naturally disobey, but never feeling worthy, never feeling like, man, am I worthy of going to heaven? Am I worthy of having my mom and dad's love? Am I worthy of this and that? It was really hard. Really hard growing up with that. Sure. So that's something I feel like I've always had this lingering fear in the back of my mind. If I die, where am I going? Does God love me? Does God even hear my prayers? Because sometimes I feel like God never hears my prayers. It's keeping it a being. So that's something I definitely feel like I'm going to face and then eventually let go. I don't know if I'm just going to leave it in 2025, but I really need to face and look at this because this is real for me. You know, I do believe in God. I do believe in the Most High. And I wouldn't call myself a Christian in the sense where I just go to church every Sunday. I don't do all that, but I read my word. I have my prayer closet. I take my faith serious, and I'm a man of faith.
Right.
But I just can't say I conform and play church because I witnessed and watched a lot of people play church.
Absolutely. And I'll piggyback on that. I feel like we need to stop judging people if they don't go to church, because majority of people don't go to church unless it's Easter or Christmas or it's a holiday.
Talk about it.
You know
Traditional Christians, yeah.
Right. Like y'all don't do that. Y'all don't go to church, but at the end of the day, come Easter or whatever, all that y'all want to go to church. I've been sinning all year round, but Easter and Christmas come around, that's when everybody want to pack in the church. For what? Mm-hmm. For what?
And can we talk about the average churchgoer too that's biblically illiterate? Meaning they have a Bible. They have the Bible app, but they don't know. They only know the same verses that their pastor has gone over as long as they've been going to church, which is a little bit of Genesis, Jesus, his death and rebirth, in Revelations. Like, I don't go to church, and so I'm not going to sit here and talk brazen and boastful, but I will say that I am closer to God where I'm at now, and I mean that respectfully, than a lot of people who sit up in church and play church.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean that wholeheartedly.
Absolutely.
Because my prayers, my intimate time with God is very serious, and I take it serious. My word time with him, my journaling I take that serious. But I can't step foot in the church because I literally see nothing but performances, and I grew up around seeing that. I've seen people speak in tongues, snotting and crying the whole service, and would literally be wilding out the rest of the week. Right. On some real.
For sure. So
and I'm not one that can just stomach just doing
that's
that.
why, like, for me, I'm not a big churchgoer. Like, I mean, I'll go there if I have a calling to go there. If like something calls me, like, you know what, I want to go to church. My heart feels, my soul feels like I want to go to church. I want to be. There's something there. But other than that, I have my own relationship with God. I pray every night. I read my Bible. I've built my own relationship in life with God. You know what I'm saying? So I don't let anybody dictate how I should or shouldn't go to church or none of that, because at the end of the day, like, who are you to judge me or tell me how to? And
then tell you where you're going in the afterlife.
Right.
Who are you to tell me where I'm going in the afterlife?
You don't know none of that. You don't know none of that. So for me, man, like, I think we need to stop all that. Stop judging people for how they want to move. As long as they're, at the end of the day, you shouldn't judge people at all. But at the end of the day, as long as they're trying their best to be a good person and they're doing their best, that's where we need to leave it at, bro. Yeah. You don't show up to church on Sunday, it's fine. You mean you praying? You mean you trying to be the best person you be? You trying to be at one with God, or you trying to be one peace with yourself? That's all that's needed, bro. Absolutely. I mean, everything else, mind your damn business. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And one thing I wanted to before, because we still, what we're gonna bring to, we still have to do what we bringing, right?
If you want to,
yeah. One thing I wanted to, before we move on to that, is I'm starting to get annoyed with people that don't say nothing about what's going on in this world, bro. I think we need to leave it behind and bring certain things into 2026. Like, yo, I feel like a lot of people, you just don't say nothing. The things that's happening around the world, like, and people just stay quiet. Yeah. They don't stand for nothing. They don't want to be about nothing. They're just kind of like, oh, don't affect me or whatever. Right. Like, I'm tired of that, bro. Right. I mean, especially like, you walking around this earth just not doing nothing. Be about something. Yeah. Say something. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Especially as like, as black people, like, yo, bro, like, you can't afford not to say something. You can't afford not to be about something.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you got to understand, like, white people, they're privileged. They have white privilege, and we all know what that is. So they can afford not to say something.
Or just to sit back and let life play out for them.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta take life by the horns.
My thing is, like, to speak to that, like, if you are a white person and you see things that are happening and you don't say nothing and you just sit, I think you're just as guilty.
Absolutely.
I think you're just as guilty.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because you see the bad things that are going on in this world and this earth and in our neighborhoods and all that. And you're like, well, it doesn't affect me.
Absolutely.
Whatever.
Absolutely.
You're a part of the problem.
And I really do believe we're heading into times where we're in the age of Aquarius, and that has nothing to do with astrology, but what I'm saying is we're heading into a time that's going to be very, very revolutionary. You're going to see a lot of uprisings, not promoting it, but you're going to see a lot of pushback. You're seeing a lot of things now with the CEOs. There's another CEO that, was taken out or whatever, however you want to call it. But you're seeing a lot of people getting sick and tired of the dogma and the routines of what has been and how life has been. People are tired of it. You're seeing it in the music industry. You're seeing it in a lot of different forms around us, and it's only going to get more revolutionary. I won't say worse, but people are going to be speaking up. People are going to be speaking out. Businesses are going to be closed, and businesses are going to be forced to be closed because people are going to be sick and tired of it, and that's what it is.
Yeah, we have to. I think for me in 2026, bring that over. Bring speaking up. Yeah. Bring talking about that. How you feel. Stand on something.
Yeah.
It's nothing worse for me that when you talk to somebody and they don't stand on nothing.
They just existing. You're an NPC. You're a bot.
Yeah, you're just a bot. You just don't have nothing. There's nothing to talk about. You just what do you stand on? How you feel about this? What's going on? You don't feel no emotion. There's things that's happening out here in this world.
Everything's I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. You don't know. You don't care.
Right.
It's not, I don't know, because you care about the things you care about. And the things that you don't care about, it's I don't know.
Absolutely.
But you just don't care.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So my thing is just I'm tired of talking to people or being around people that don't stand for nothing.
I agree.
I want to be around people that stand for something. And I understand a lot of people are so afraid to post on their social media or whatever the case may be. But if I see something, and it don't gotta be harsh.
Right.
If I see something on social media and it resonates with me and it's not harsh, or I feel it don't have to be offensive, I post it. I repost it.
Right.
Because it's more of knowledge. Hey, this is what's happening. This is what's going on. This is what I'm seeing and how I feel about it. I ain't got to debate with nobody about it. This is how I feel about it.
Right.
A lot of people that I don't see, they don't post nothing. You don't see nothing.
Or they're the type of people where they just, they don't even double tap. Again, for content wise, they'll see. Oh, I see you guys doing your podcast. Really? Because I don't see you comment. Nope. I don't see you I don't see you repost. Nope. But you quick to let me know that you seeing it.
Right.
And that's coming from somebody who's always liking people's stuff. I have no problem. I'm like you said. If I like your content, I don't care who you are. I don't care if I don't know you or if I do know you. If I like your stuff, I'm going to repost it. I'm going to put it out there because, like you said, we need more information and we need more wisdom being spread out there. There's so much foolishness on TV and on our networks and stuff like that. There's so much stupid content. Right. Why don't we put more intelligent and informational stuff?
Shit.
So, you go and catch a repost on my side. And it don't got to be my content that I'm reposting. It's other people's content.
Absolutely.
It's pushing out there. So, I think we need more people to speak up, but we also need more doers.
Oh, for sure.
Because that also differentiates people who just like to chat. I know people who love to chat, but when it come down to putting your boots on the ground, you ain't lacing them up as quick. So I think we also need people to speak up and actually speak out. And then when the time comes, we need people to actually it's lace up time. And yes, it might be scary. Yes, your job might be jeopardized. But guess what? If the whole country's falling apart, if the whole economic system is falling apart and our money means nothing by tomorrow and corkscrews are going to be the new form of currency, that's how devalued our money is. Guess what? You don't have anything anyway. So you might as well fight. You might as well fight a war.
Nah, real shit, bro.
That's what it is.
Real shit, man.
That's that hasted revolution in you.
Yo, man.
It must be in me too. Somebody say it must be in me too.
I just want people to stand for something, man. It bothers me when people don't feel nothing and don't say nothing and then see things that are happening and it's kind of this is what it is. It don't affect me or I'm not going to vote or I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to fucking exist.
Yeah.
That bothers me.
Absolutely.
It bothers me, bro. It bothers me because it's kind of yo, bro, you people fought for these rights. People have done so many things for you to be here where you at today, and you just gonna walk around blah,
and
nothing.
And they're also the main ones to complain too.
Oh, for sure.
They're the first ones complaining about something. Sure. But if you, like you said, if you ask them, did you partake in anything? Did you go to your local councilman? Did you go to your local town?
Right.
No.
Nah, nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that's my thing. It's just kind of I'm not going to say something and I'm not going to do something and not do something about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not just going to sit here and just complain or feel some type of way about something. And I'm also not going to sit here and wait for it to happen to me.
Because it ain't going to come.
You know what I'm saying?
Most of the stuff you got to go after.
Right. Because my thing is I'm not going to sit. If we see the economy, it's going downhill. I'm not going to wait until it goes all the way downhill to say something.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see it coming.
Yeah.
I see. It's like the car coming about to hit your ass and you just kind of you know what? I'm going to see how bad this really going to hurt before I move.
Yeah. Or they stay on the ship while the ship is sinking. If the ship is sinking, and there's no recovery coming back from this, get off the ship.
Right.
That's one thing I've known to do. If the ship is sinking,
Or if you know the ship gonna sink, how about we do something preventative thing
that's what I'm saying.
before the ship goes down?
That's what I'm saying. If it's non-preventative and we can't prevent this from
Right.
happening and it's going down, find a new solution.
Right.
Let's do something.
Right.
But again, at the end of the day, we're very passionate people. If you haven't noticed, we're very passionate individuals. So you can only imagine us collectively. And then if we have a tribe of members that's also like us, we changing the world, bro.
Oh, for sure.
We changing the
For
world.
sure,
but yeah,
man, for sure.
it really does start with just actually, starts with action.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Say it. Speak
Yeah.
up. Make noise. Closed mouths don't get fed.
Nah, facts.
What it comes down
Facts. All right, so enough of that. So what do we want to bring to 2026? Like what's something that you want to?
So this is for me. This is for me. This is my quote. I looked it up. I've never seen anybody write this quote, so this might be mine. I'm gonna take it. So I'm stepping into soft leadership, and so for the quote is for me is you have to be a drill sergeant amongst delinquents, and what I mean by that is you have to be a hard ass. And you have to come across as hard and around people who are lazy, not getting stuff done, nonchalant, laissez-faire. Yeah, you're gonna seem like a drill sergeant, but if I'm around individuals who also know to get their shit done when they need to get it done, you active with what you're doing, I'm active with what I'm doing, and collectively we're active. I don't have to be on you. We don't even check each other like that. Like Steve do him. I know he take care of his business. He know I'm taking care of mine. And then with what we got going on here, he know I'm taking care of what I need to take care of here. I know he taking care of what he need to take care of here.
Yeah.
There's a mutual thing there. I don't have to drill sergeant him. He don't have to drill sergeant me. So that's what I'm saying. You have to be a drill sergeant when you're amongst delinquents.
Yeah.
But when you're around other individuals who know to just get shit done and let's just keep moving, it's soft leadership.
Yeah.
We hold each other accountable when we need to, but it's light. We don't even really be grilling each other because we don't need to.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. No.
Soft leadership.
Yeah, I agree. For me, for 2026, man, I think I want to be more intentional with the people I have in my life. The people I have in my life, whether they're assets or liabilities.
Talk about it.
I want to definitely be intentional with that because I feel like we have a lot of liabilities in our lives and we don't even see it until it shows its rear head. But I want to take the time to be like, you know what? This is not good for me, or this person's not good for me, or this thing is not good for me. Let me remove it out of my life. And I have to be intentional with that. But I think, because I think a lot of times we wait for that to happen before we decide to remove it. Instead of like, you know what, the same way we clean out our closets and clean our room or clean our house for the new year. So, I mean, that's probably a West Indian thing. Clean the crib before, the new year. So we bring in the new year fresh.
Yeah.
We got to do that with people.
Yeah.
We got to do that with the things in our lives that brings us pain,
That's
that
true.
takes away from our joy, that takes away from our peace.
Sure.
I think we need to be more intentional on, hey, let's declutter our closets and let's declutter our souls. Let's declutter our minds. Let's declutter our hearts. Let's declutter that, bro. And I think I want to be more, I think I am going to be more intentional of that, because at the end of the day, that's a part of growth. That's a part of being better. And that's a part of being who you are and what you want out of your life. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's important. So that's what I'm being.
I resonate with that wholeheartedly. I couldn't agree more. Completely agree. I think that's part of the human experience.
Yeah.
So one of the ones that I have too is transformation around my identity. So let me just clarify this, that for those that know me, I don't have to say this. I know who I am. So let's get that for the record. But when you have a strong sense of self, of who you are, people are going to try to tarnish your identity or try to put stains on your identity to throw you off track, AKA from who you are.
Yeah.
So I've noticed that the more I've stepped into who I am and who I want to be and who I'm meant to be, I've noticed I came across more people who have tried to tarnish that. They try to, with this and try to shift this and shit. And I'm like, no, I know who I am. I know I'm 31 years old now. I know what I like. I know what I don't like. I know what I'm willing to sacrifice for. I know what I'm willing to just let go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not white knuckling everything. So yeah, my keeping and continuing stepping into my strong sense of identity, knowing who I am, because I do feel like we're successful now, but when we become even more successful, I feel like that is going to, hopefully not, but I feel like that will be a challenge that I think more people will place on me per se, because that's already been something that has been played out in my life. A lot of people have tried to paint this picture for me. I don't need you to do that for me. I got hands. I paint my own pictures. Thank you.
Yeah. I agree.
Amen.
I agree, bro. I agree. Yeah, I think that's all. That's all
you got?
That's all I got, dog. I'm done, dog.
Wait, one last one.
We hour to it. The red dot still on? We still
Yeah,
on?
we can still.
We still on.
Last one, I'll just say
What's
right
up?
there.
Go ahead.
Financial literacy. I think us as black people.
Yes.
But I think just where we at from our demographic, us as millennials and stuff, I think we should have a stronger sense of identity, financial literacy, understanding money, literally.
Yes.
I don't think people understand
Yes.
where your money's coming, where your money's going, how you have power over your money. Money is a tool and money is energy. Yeah. It's not just something that you just use to pay this and that. You can literally change your life. It is a tool. Use it properly. That's it. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
I completely agree. Money is important. A lot of people they don't understand how to save. They don't understand what's a high yield savings account. Like, folks, you got to educate yourself, bro. Let's continue to educate ourselves and continue to help ourselves, because at the end of the day, like, they're giving us this money so we can spend it right back. Let's use it as a tool to create more things for ourselves and make. And it's not. And I was watching something earlier. Money. It does not buy happiness. It does not. But it gives you the time. It gives you the experiences that you need in order to maybe have that happiness. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to take a vacation with your kids, to do certain things for your family, like spend time. Like, you know what? I've saved up enough money. Maybe I ain't got to work this weekend so I can spend time with my kids.
Financial stress is something I'm done with.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, dog, like,
I lived my whole life broke. And I
lived a long time paycheck to paycheck, dog. That's one thing for me. And that's why some people be like, yo, Steve frugal and shit. Because I know what that's like, bro. And I don't want to go back to that. So it's like, yo, where I can save bread, that's what I'm going to do, because I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck anymore. Sure. I don't want to wake up in the morning and look at my account and be like, damn, I can't buy this, I can buy this. Nah, I want to still be able to be like, you know what? I want to go treat myself today. That's what I'm going to go do. My kids want to go out to go do this, or that my kids need that. They want to go get ice cream, whatever. Let's go do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
life's short.
Life is short, man. And it's kind of like, I feel like us being uneducated leads to us working more and working harder, and that takes from us in the long run.
Thank you.
We end up losing.
Yes, takes more from you. Yes.
It takes more from you. And then the most valuable thing you can have on this earth, and I said it's time.
Yep.
It's time. So that's what money does. That's what it does for you.
Love it, bro. With
that being said, that is another episode, and I think we killed this episode, dog. I am very happy about this episode. Watch this goddamn episode. A
lot of timestamps, man.
Yeah, we got a lot of timestamps. I think we did great this episode, man. We want to thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of 7 p.m. in Philly. I'm Steve. That's Dwuan. We out this bitch.
Gang.
Peace.
She.